for Bell and the Sooners. The Horns show pressure along that line. They're coming. They got a shot at Bell. Intercepted as a result. His first interception of the season. Touchdown, Texas. Big Chris Whaley, 300 pounds, rumbles in. And I do mean rumbles.
That was Chris Whaley going in for a big boy touchdown. But yeah, that was the first ever touchdown I saw at a Texas OU game that I went to. It's been 6 years since that. It's insane. Time flies by, people. Like when people say that stereotypically or whatever, and they just kind of say it, you're like, oh, it doesn't actually happen. No, time flies by. If you didn't pick up, but here to talk about the obvious rivalry game that's going to happen this week, the Texas OU game, what it means to me. Originally I was gonna make a video about the whole horns down controversy. That will get mentioned in here. All right, spoiler alert. It's stupid. Okay, I'll get into it later. But obviously I'm a Texas fan. I'm wearing a Texas hat and a Texas shirt. Okay, so I'm obviously on the burnt orange side of the stadium. Pretty sure that's the north end zone, left side of the press box. So yeah, we're here to talk about that rivalry. Just some cool moments I've experienced in it. I went to the games 2013 through 2017. Last year I missed out, unfortunately. Oh, such a good game. Yeah, I wish I could have been there. That would have been a fun one. But I had a ton of fun at the other ones. So obviously the Texas-Oklahoma rivalry. Across the state rivalry, you got the Texas Longhorns down south. You got the Oklahoma Sooners up north. It's not just the colleges, it's the states. They don't generally like each other. I mean, it's not like they're fighting, trying to cause a war, but, you know, when it comes to teams, sports teams, or just comparing states, they don't like each other. I mean, you got the Mavericks versus the Thunder. They don't like each other. I mean, they're not like a huge NBA rivalry, but you get my point. So Texas and Oklahoma, that's one of the biggest rivalries in college football. I personally, unbiased ranked, I'd say it's third behind Army, Navy, and Michigan, Ohio State. Not only is it an out-of-state rivalry, they meet at a neutral site every single year in a historic venue, and they split the stadium right down the middle at the 50-yard line. Half of it's in burnt orange, half of it is in crimson. It's a pretty badass environment. I mean, just look at it. If you've ever been to a game either side of the stadium, you know what I'm talking about. That is a pretty neat environment, no matter what the situation is. So I'm just going to go down memory lane, talk about some of my favorite memories at the game. First game I ever went to, 2013. We were leaving the house, and Oklahoma was good that year. They were a top 10 team, and they were favored by like 20 points or something. And my dad and I actually saw a neighbor, and they're like, where are you guys? Like, oh, we're going to Texas OU game. My dad's like, yeah, Texas is probably getting killed. It's like, unfortunately, it's true. Texas was 3-2 at the time. They had a couple ugly losses, I think, to like BYU and Ole Miss or something. Oklahoma was undefeated going into the game, looked really good. So we were like, please don't be a blowout. Please at least be close, just so we can have some fun. Slow start, 3-3, and the Chris Whaley touchdown. Oh, I'll remember that. We're just sitting there chilling. And, you know, Oklahoma just got the ball back. It's a third down. So everyone's like, yeah, third down. Let's get a stop and get the ball back. And they blitz. They run a nice little blitz. I remember seeing Blake Bell just kind of get hit. And the next thing I know, someone's running the other way, and everyone starts cheering. I was like, oh, interception, we got the ball. And I'm like, big guy, go. And then he runs over Blake Bell, and I'm like, we scored a touchdown. We're in the lead. That wasn't supposed to happen. The next thing you know, we're up by like 13 at half. And I was like, we actually might win this game. Like, wow, we actually might win this game. This is crazy. And, of course, I wasn't as obsessed with Texas as I was at the time. You know, you got the rivalry itself. We'll talk about that now. You got Texas fans in the middle of the fight song yelling, "Oh, you sucks." I didn't know that, and I kind of picked up on that really quick. I thought it was the funniest thing on earth. I thought a whole bunch of people yelling, "Oh, you sucks" was hilarious. I was laughing. I was crying, laughing. It was incredible. So the rivalry between the fans get into that real quick. Horns down. Seriously, are we seriously getting offended by that? I'm a Texas fan. I don't care. You can do it to me. I won't be offended. The fact that it's even thought about being a penalty. Here's the thing. The only time it should be a penalty is if an Oklahoma player or any other team Texas is playing goes up to a player or a coach at Texas and does it, because that is literally taunting. You can do it to the fans. You can do it to your own players. I don't care. Pump yourself up. It's a game. Texas, get over it. Like, honestly, if Tom Herman's offended by it, if Chris Del Conte is, whatever his name is, the AD, I can't pronounce it right. If they're getting offended by it, get over it, okay? It's like, oh, it's a historic hand sign. Come on. Yes, it's been around a while. Yes, it's a big deal for Texas fans, Hook 'em Horns, but we should not be offended by it, okay? We're better than that. People are better than that. That's stupid. Let them do it, okay? The real talk happens on the field. The real stuff happens on the field, on the courts, in the academics. Okay, we shouldn't get offended over it. That's stupid. All right, so Oklahoma fans, feel free to use it. I don't care if you do, if you don't. I got friends who go to OU. I got friends that are OU fans. They do it to me all the time. I've seen it so much I don't give a crap anymore, okay? Because we all know that when they go on the field, the court, whatever, when they're competing against each other, whoever comes out the winner gets the bragging rights and gets to talk crap to each other. So that's the whole thing about a rivalry, all right? Just don't get offended by it. Lincoln Riley did have to say, like, don't use it in the game. That's stupid. It's a rivalry game. Let it happen. I don't know. It's been happening so long, and we decide now to let it be offended. I won't get into that because that could turn into like a 30-minute rant. So, next memory, Texas was getting their butts kicked in 2014. Trevor Knight's having a pretty solid game, I think. And they were up like 31-13 in the fourth quarter. My dad and I are like, oh, we're considering leaving. This is ugly. But Tyrone Swoops is one of my all-time favorite Texas players. Like, he didn't do that great, but just his name and just him, he's a pretty cool guy. He throws like a 10-yard touchdown pass, and I'm like, all right, within 2 possessions, that's not bad. And then he gets like a 15-yard touchdown right in my. I'm like, we got a shot, okay? Failed a 2-point conversion, and then we get the ball back at like the 20 with 10 seconds left. I'm like, miracles do happen. The miracle didn't happen, but I was like, you got to experience losing at some point. 2015. This is a good one. Oklahoma fans are going to like log off right now, but Texas 1-4 going into this game. Just lost by like 50 to TCU the week before. Apparently the players don't like each other. The coaches don't like each other. There's a lot of conflict within the program. Like, it's a crap fest inside the Texas football program. Oklahoma comes into this game 5-0, dominating everyone. Heisman candidate Baker Mayfield, playoff contenders Oklahoma. They come into this game, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm going to witness like a historical blowout. This is going to be terrible. The first thing I remember from this game, Marcus Johnson, Gerard Hurd, he just catches it. He does that little flip up, you catch it, you flip it. And Marcus Johnson breaks a tackle. Then he breaks another tackle. Then he breaks another tackle, and he scores a touchdown. Everyone was going crazy at this point. Everyone's like, we're leading. I'm like, it's the first quarter. Okay. But then the next kickoff, they fumble. Crowd is going insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, it is shaking. It's going crazy. And we score that possession. We're up 14-0. It's the end of the first quarter. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And we're like, if we hold this lead, holy crap. Go into halftime with like a 17-3 lead. Oklahoma comes down, scores a touchdown in the second half. And it's like, oh God, if they come back, that's going to be a little disappointing. But then at the end of the third quarter, this was some of the most insane things. Texas is pinned at their own like 10-yard line. Actually, it's more like the 5-yard line. And they run a little fake out. So Gerard Hurd acts like he's going to run it one way. He turns around, gives it to Deontay Foreman. Deontay Foreman freaking runs 85 yards. So they're in the Texas end zone, and they're going towards the Oklahoma end zone. And I'm not even kidding you. This stadium was shaking. It was insane. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, go. He ends up like running out of gas and like just kind of falling. He kind of got pushed, but he was done. Like the whole like next 10 minutes, he was still out of breath. Texas ends up scoring that possession to put him up 14 early in the fourth quarter. Great play. It was 3rd and goal. Tyrone Swoops, they'd been running him all the day. They'd just been jamming Oklahoma with him. And Oklahoma had stacked the box. Like, they had all 11 inside. They were ready to stop Swoops. They run a little fake, Swoops takes a step in. The tight end acts like he's going to block. Caleb blew it, and he peeks out, and Tyrone Swoops just lobs it up there, and he catches that sucker for a Texas touchdown. Texas ends up winning the game in what was Charlie Strong's biggest win with the program. That was a fun one. Texas was not supposed to win. They weren't even supposed to be close in that game, and they pulled off, I mean, out of what I know, that's one of the biggest upsets in the rivalry. I think that was a terrible season, but there were some quality wins in that season with the Baylor win on the road and the Oklahoma game. That was a pretty good win. That was a pretty good moment. That's something I'll never forget. 2016, that was a high-scoring game. It was 45-40. There was a lot of scoring. 2017, got a very vivid memory. And that was like the moment when Sam Ehlinger was born, basically. I mean, you could say the USC game, but this game, Sam Ehlinger, he had a solid game. He got knocked out in the game. I remember that. But Texas, before every game, because Texas was an underdog, they were unranked, losing record going into the game. I was like, don't get blown out. And it's 20-0 at one point. I'm like, oh. And I think my dad told me, he's like, if it's 40 points by the end of the third quarter, or like 30 points by the end of the third quarter, we're leaving. And I was like, oh, poop. And then we scored a touchdown in the end of the first half. And then Baker Mayfield throws his first interception of the 2017 season. Texas goes down, scores a field goal. I think we had a rough kicking situation that year, so it was a miracle that we made a field goal. It was 2017 or 2016. One of those years, it was a miracle we made a field goal. And then later in the game, Texas scores a touchdown. Oklahoma makes a field goal. It's a 6-point game. Texas is driving down the field. Ehlinger's having a great drive. Next thing, so they throw this play to the tight end, I think, and they get inside the 10. Ehlinger, they run this play. I can't remember it, but he somehow, I think it was the design pass, and he ends up running. He gets like a 10-yard touchdown run, and that ties the game. We thought we had been out of it. Caleb blew it touchdown to put us up 14 in the fourth quarter of 2015, and those are two of the moments that I remember the crowd being the loudest. Like, it was insane. Ehlinger just tied the game, a true freshman quarterback in his first ever start against Oklahoma, against a senior quarterback, Heisman candidate, future Heisman winner, and he goes in and he scores a touchdown to take the lead, and it was insane. People were losing their minds. But yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. Texas ended up losing on some blown coverage. It was a pretty disappointing end, but very good game. It was a very fun game to go to, even though we lost. It's all been fun. All 5 games I've been to were very fun. But that's all the memories I have from being at the games. Other memories I have, 2008 obviously was a great game for Texas. But outside of that, I don't remember much. Last year I was getting phone updates because I was out in the middle of nowhere with barely any reception. Man, that was fun too. But yeah, that's some of my favorite memories from the games that I've been to. It's fun to relive those. I'm really glad I got to tell those to the internet. Really glad I get to keep up with those, remember those. I watched some of those highlights today, and man, it's fun to look back on. It feels like it was forever ago, but the instant you see it again, you remember where you were, you remember where you were sitting, and it really is an incredible experience to be a part of a rivalry, any type of sports rivalry like that. If you ever have the chance to go to this game, I highly encourage you. I don't care what side you're on. I'd obviously say the Texas side. I've had a great time on the Texas side of the stadium, so go do that. I mean, it's a fun time. Any college rivalry game, I'd say, Alabama, Auburn, Army, Navy, Michigan, Ohio State, but this one is just so different in the fact that it's out-of-state rivals, but it's also in a neutral location with the fan base is split down the middle. It's a pretty cool experience, so I highly recommend it. It's an amazing experience. Memories for a lifetime, that's what I gotta say. So shout out to the 2013 Texas team, my first ever Texas OU game. It was a big fat win. It was an upset, 36-20. Always remember the numbers, 36-20. That's a cool score. Yeah, it's going to be a cool memory for me. I love it. Case McCoy was the quarterback. Marcus Johnson scored a touchdown in there. Dejae Johnson got a punt return in that game. Chris Whaley with a pick 6. Well, that's 21. There was another touchdown in there. Who was it? Gosh, Oh, yeah, another. Case McCoy to Mike Davis. How could I forget? But Jonathan Gray and Malcolm Brown had a really good game. That's another cool thing you get to see. You get to see all these like future NFL players in these games. Both schools, good or bad, have fairly good players that will go in the draft. And then obviously I have seen a Heisman winner play in person, even though I dislike him, Baker Mayfield. But he is a very good football player. He hasn't been playing that great this year in the NFL, though. So, but he had a spectacular college career at Oklahoma. Not so hot at Texas Tech that one year he was at Tech. But outside of that, he had a pretty solid college career. So I respect him as a football player. Outside of that, we won't get into that. But it's always cool to see Heisman winners, NFL draft picks, future NFL stars play in these games. I have mad respect for all these players. They work their hearts out. They work their butts off. So it's pretty cool to see. This video's gone on almost 15 minutes now. I hope you sat through this whole thing because it is truly incredible. But yeah, football rivalries, basketball rivalries, heck, NASCAR rivalries, I don't know. But it's cool to experience it. So if you ever get a chance to experience that, that'd be cool. Tomorrow I got a major announcement. You'll see what it is. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but it's a pretty major announcement. It's pretty cool. Thursday, I forgot why I did Thursday. Oh yeah, Texas OU preview or Talladega, and then that's the same thing for Friday, whatever one Thursday's not. Saturday to be determined, Sunday to be determined. So that's cool. As for this, Hook 'em Horns, big game Saturday, Texas OU. I won't be there. All right, simple as that. Hook 'em Horns. Yeah, like this video, subscribe. Tell me in the comments if you've ever been to a Texas OU game and your experience with it. I just love to see other people, what they think of it. It's a really fun time.